In this video, I will show you how to use Bitflow's JSON Parser tool feature. The JSON Parser tool in Bitflows is designed to extract and structure data from JSON-formatted string responses. It converts raw JSON strings into a structured format, making it easier to map and send the extracted information to other applications for efficient processing. In this tutorial, I will explain how to incorporate the JSON Parser tool into your workflow. I will use Fluent Forms as the trigger node to demonstrate how to extract specific JSON string data from form submission responses and send it to Google Sheets. Step 1. Create a new flow. First, navigate to the Flows page. If you haven't created any flow yet, simply click on the Create Flow button. Enter a name for your flow, then click on the Create button. Once you've successfully created a new flow, it will be displayed like this. Step 2. Add Fluent Forms as a trigger. Next, add Fluent Forms as a trigger from the pop-up. For more details about Fluent Forms as a trigger, follow the link provided in the description below. Now, I will submit a test response from Fluent Forms. After submission, the response will look like this. The data will now be available in the next flow step as a variable to map data. Step 3. Add the JSON Parser tool. After setting up Fluent Forms as a trigger, go to the Tools section. Here you will find various tools available. Drag and drop the JSON Parser tool into your workflow. Then, connect Fluent Forms to the JSON Parser tool. Step 4. Configure the JSON Parser tool. Now, it's time to configure the JSON Parser tool. In this example, we want to parse the form fields data from the Fluent Forms trigger. This data is in the form of a stringified JSON object. Click on the JSON Parser icon and select Form Fields as the target JSON string. Once you have placed the JSON string variable in the field, click the Close button. This will automatically save your changes. Step 5. Use the iterator tool. When the JSON string is parsed, it returns a list or array. Since the parsed data is structured as an array, we can use the iterator tool to loop through each item. However, if the parsed data isn't in array format, the iterator tool won't be necessary. Drag the iterator tool into your workflow and connect it to the JSON Parser node. Now, click on the iterator icon and select JSON Parser data as an array. But wait, the JSON Parser variables are not showing up in the iterator node. To catch these variables, we need to execute a test run. Close the iterator node and click the Test button. Submit a form to trigger a test response from Fluent Forms. Once the response is triggered successfully, the JSON Parser data will appear in the iterator node. Now I will select the fields array as the target array. Then, close the iterator modal. Step 6. Add an action. Next, you can add any action after the iterator node. Click the plus icon and choose your desired action from the pop-up. In this case, I am choosing Google Sheets as the action. This setup will allow each individual field to be added as a row in Google Sheets. For more details about setting up Google Sheets as an action, follow the link in the description below. Step 7. Map iterator data to Google Sheets. Now, I will map the iterator data to the Google Sheets action, but the iterator data is not showing up here yet. Just like before, we need to execute a test run to catch these variables. Close the Action tab and click the Test button. Then submit a form to trigger a test response from Fluent Forms. Once the response is triggered successfully, the iterator data will appear in the Google Sheets action. Now, I will map the fields from the response to the Google Sheet. Step 8. Run a final test. After completing all the setups, click on the Test button to run a test. Submit a form to trigger the response. Once your form is successfully submitted, return to the Bitflows builder and click on the Logs button to view the details. In the Logs section, you can verify that the JSON Parser node successfully parsed your data and that the form submission responses were extracted correctly to Google Sheets. Step 9. Verify data in Google Sheets. Finally, go to your Google Sheets. You will see that your form submission responses have been accurately extracted and transferred. That's all for this tutorial. Thank you for watching. and I will see you in the next video.